So I rang THET office to find out if anyone had been appointed, and I was told that they hadn't. And so then I asked for all of the relevant details, and they came, I filled them in, and I had a very long interview with Edna Adan Ismail at Edna Hospital, and it was like a conference call, and she was absolutely charming. I thought my age would prevent me from being considered, but Edna told me she was 10 years older than me and that I could do it perfectly well, thank you. So the fact that we managed to achieve 21 graduate midwives at the end of the day was perhaps the biggest success that any of us could have hoped for. 21 was a big number. I think another enormous success was the fact that the students actually enjoyed the research, and they want to do more. They're really keen to do it, they enjoyed it. I think the other success as well was the fact that we went out to the people, to the community, to the pregnant women in the community and asked them what they wanted. And even the students were amazed at what the women said. And there's such a tremendous need for health education. And I made all the students do it. They didn't want to do it at first. They weren't au fait with going out asking questions to the public and then giving talks to them, because there was a class difference. You know, they were educated, and the people that they were lecturing, talking to, couldn't read or write. So there was a bit of a problem there, but they did it so well, and the women enjoyed it so much. I made them do it again on a different topic. It was amazing. So I think all of those were successes. I think that I think that they began to appreciate what we're all trying to do, really, and that's to help them. The reaction of the women in the community was overwhelming. They came to the clinic every day. There was so many there, 30, 40 in some places, 60, 70, 80 in other places. There was 11 MCHs that are supported by DFID. The British taxpayer helps to support them. And they come for vaccinations and antenatal care. And when they heard that the girls were available to give lectures, they crowded into the rooms. And then it didn't matter what they were doing. They'd bring their children too. The babies never made a sound. If anybody cried, it went straight on the breast. It was truly amazing. And if they heard that a second student was giving another lecture, they'd wait. And we weren't offering them anything except knowledge. And they would come back time and time again. They'd ask whoever was running the MCH, when are the girls coming? There was a real thirst for knowledge from the community. And so it seemed to me to be only right to make them do it again. It's absolutely essential that we roll it out. There are outreach services in other parts of Somaliland, but there isn't one in Hargeisa. And although it's a big, it is the capital, and there's an awful lot of people in it, but they come from IDP camps, internationally displaced person camps, and very, very many of them can't read or write. And it is a really verbal society, the Somali life. They can tell you who their great-great-great-great-grandfather was. They pass on messages verbally. And that's what they did with this information, because a lot of them, we discovered, have misinformation. They think that, for example, cabbage causes high blood pressure, so they don't eat it. And 90% of the population have a degree of anemia, whereas cabbage would help, but they won't eat it if they think they're going to have high blood pressure. It's simple things like that we discovered. I think it's ripe for community education, and I think my girls are the best people to do it because they've got the knowledge. I had one student who did a dissertation on traditional birth attendants, TBAs. This is a very popular topic with UNICEF, UNFPA, WHO. And it worried me that traditional birth attendants were not going to be get continued aid. We did. The student was very, very shy, hardly spoke English at all. She was amazing. The information that she brought back was truly amazing. She was amazed as well. And as a result of that, she's managed to do an amazing dissertation, which came top in the class for Hodo. Her name's Hodo. And it was brilliant. Anybody who wants to go and work abroad, I would support them, encourage them. But I rather think it depends where they go. In all seriousness, you have to be very strong-willed to go to a place like Somaliland. I think it's essential that we go. I think it's essential that THET stay there and try and help these people, because the maternal mortality rate is so high, and so is the perinatal mortality rate. We have to do something as healthcare carers.